it's recording already.
Alright, cool. Well, hello, everyone of the world. This is something new that we're trying, so you just got to deal with it. My name's Evan, and I'm here with my good friend Nathanael. Say hi, Nathanael.
Hi.
We have a podcast called Nerd-N-Out, and but you'll see this up with our other content. But we thought we'd try something new. We're literally just recording this in my car right now, and I'm on my way. We're on our way to drop Nathanael back off at his house, but we just got done seeing the movie Halloween, the conclusion to the Halloween series that started back in 1978 with the original Halloween movie.
Yeah, same name.
Yep.
Yeah, so we were just walking our way back to the car and we're like, let's do this. So,
Yeah.
What do you think of the movie, Evan, like overall?
I was pleasantly surprised. When I first heard that they were going to make another movie like with the same exact name, except just like the year at the end is different.
Yeah, it's just like, cash in. Is immediately what you think. You're just like, just like
that's
cash
immediately what I thought it was going to be. But I was pleasantly surprised. We're not going to go into spoilers, but it was awesome because I thought that it did a really good job of kind of setting up like Michael's like motives a little bit. Like they dive deeper into it a little bit, that they didn't really touch on in the other movies. The other movies, he's just a killer and that's all he is. And this one, there's
yeah, it's like, it's more than implied. It's just like, well, why does he do it? Like, what's the reason for it? And I like how they explore that.
They explore like the psychological like triggers, and like, is it like certain words or whatever, and it's interesting.
I like that they don't like go fully into it.
Yeah.
It's just they kind of just touch on it.
Yeah, they touch on it. They don't try to like say like, oh, this is why he does it. They just go like, is it this? Is it that? We don't know. And then it kind of just ends without there being a real resolution to that. But I think that actually works out really well. But
yeah, I think one of my favorite parts of the film was just like kind of all the throwaway characters. Mm-hmm. There's just so much quirkiness to each like, there's so many memorable characters in this film, and they appear for like a minute or two.
Yeah, but they all make an impression. It's funny because I can remember sitting next to Nathanael, and as soon as this one character showed up, I leaned over and was like, oh, he's gonna die. And then when he did, I was like, yep.
It was not pretty.
Yeah.
Some of these deaths were brutal.
Yeah, I was about to say, a lot of the deaths in this movie are a lot more brutal than previous movies before. What I appreciate is there were some like throwbacks or like nods to the original movie in 1978, where a guy gets pinned to the wall with a knife, and so I thought it was really interesting, and they did a really good job with the cinematography. They did a really good job with that, and the music. We both like stopped and were like, wow, the music is so good in this.
I thought the main theme, like, they might have like touched on it a little too much, but overall just solid sound and score throughout. Like, it was really heavy, really menacing. It
really had like almost like from the beginning, like the beginning intro with the reverse rotting pumpkin. Like, I thought that was really cool. But it did a really good job with like holding up like the feel of like a late 70s movie, I think. Like, I think it did a really good job.
I'm nodding for those of you who can't see.
Yeah.
Which is everyone.
Nodding in agreement, right? Yeah. So, but yeah, without going into any more spoilers, Nathanael, what was your initial thoughts about like the movie?
Yeah, well, I mean, at first I was, even like the first like 20 minutes, I was kind of hesitant, just kind of a little bit skeptical.
Yeah, me too.
I was just like, I don't know, it's like decent so far, but it's not. And then the further the movie progressed, I felt it held up really solidly and kind of discovered itself and knew what it was.
Right.
And it had like those really long like droning scenes, but they really built out the suspense, and they just looked great.
Yeah, I felt like there was, how a lot of horror movies now have like cheap jump scares where it's just like, it's really quiet and suspenseful, and then someone comes in and we're like, oh, hi, how you doing? I really feel like there was only one of those. You know what I mean?
Oh, like the cheap, like non-monster scares.
Yeah. The rest of them were like built up really well and were well deserved. Right?
Yeah, like a lot of other movies also, they have like very short periods before the jump scare, very short, obvious periods. Right. This one had like long stretches.
Oh, yeah.
Which was like short, like not payoffs, but short like.
Yeah, this movie had a lot of fun with like depth of feel too.
Yeah.
And with like the main focus is in front of you, but if you pay attention to something going on in the background, you can kind of see what's going on, and you can kind of like put the pieces together.
And there's even some parts that kind of trip you out with making you think that there's something there, but there's not.
Yeah.
But then other times there are.
I had that a few times too, where I thought, I'm like, oh, there he is, and then it focused, and I was like, oh no, that wasn't him.
It's like, oh, that's a mannequin, or oh, that's a claw.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So it did. Yeah. This movie like did a really good job. This was not a copy and paste horror movie. This one, they really kind of, there were some tropey things that they did, but they twisted it and they made it better almost.
Yeah, and it had like some good nods in it without being like only nods.
Yeah. So grades, Nathaniel, what would you give this movie?
I'd say probably a B.
A B?
A B, I think.
Yeah, I would give it a B too. It's not like the best movie, but it's not, but it's good though.
I think it's definitely worth seeing.
Oh yeah. I would definitely recommend this to a friend, and I wouldn't mind seeing this.
I mean, I'd even recommend this to my enemies. So there you have it.
So
Halloween.
Yeah. So this is going to be one of maybe spread and few and far between Nerd-N-Out Quickies, I think is what we're just going to call them.
Nah, why not?
But yeah. So look forward to hearing a few more of these. We're probably not going to do these that much. We're probably going to do these very sparingly, but
still look forward to our weekly episodes.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this. Go see Halloween before it gets out of theaters,
and don't get killed while you're doing it.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.